Over my shoulder here, a gunfight going on. Pretty interesting photograph. And in the field of crisis public relations, this is what we would call a battle of the sound bites. A battle of the sound bites happens when you say about an opponent of yours in the public eye that this is the truth. And your opponent says, no, that's not the truth. Our truth is the truth. And it goes back and forth. You say this, they say that, back and forth, back and forth. That is a battle of the sound bites. And the public doesn't know who to believe. And what they tend to do is, when a battle of the sound bites is going on, is they choose sides with the side that happens to represent their prejudices. Let me give you a case in point of a battle of the sound bites. I had a particular client once upon a time who was getting particularly exasperated with regulators who were riding his company pretty hard. And so he, in a point of exasperation, made this particular comment. Either they don't know what they are doing, or they are out to get us. That was the quote. And you could imagine the response that we got back from the regulators as a result of that piece of information. And it went back and forth and back and forth, and that's a battle of the sound bites. So how do you avoid a battle of the sound bites? Here's what you do. You have to remember, first of all, that there's always going to be a small group of people who agree with everything you do. Then there's going to be another small group of people that disagree with everything you do. But most people, in the beginning of a crisis, are going to hold off on making up their opinions until they get enough evidence. They'll suspend judgment, and then they will decide whom to believe. This is, by the way, a formula that I first learned when I went to a Harvard MIT program called How to Deal with an Angry Public, so this is not original with me. But here is basically what you do. Remember that in the end, to avoid a battle of the sound bites, what you want to do is establish a problem-solving process that is perceived as fair. A problem-solving process that is perceived as fair. That's very complicated to do sometimes. I'll give you one hint as to what you can do to help make a problem-solving process appear to be fair, and that is to make sure that you have a third party, a respected third party, doing oversight as you try to correct your problem. So, avoid a battle of the sound bites. Come up with a problem-solving process that is perceived as fair.